The Celebration Bowl is over, and the FAMU Rattlers are the 2023 Celebration Bowl champs. We got flea flickers, we got trick plays, and y'all know them Rattlers going to be bragging just for a little while longer because they got 361 days until the next time the Celebration Bowl championship is being played for somebody to come in there and knock them off their perch. And I'm going to tell you right now, according to some of the ball players out there that was on the field that played, they let me know after the game was over with, they plan on returning next season. The daggone fight for that crown once again. But I tell you this, we got Grambling State. They got a new head coach. And guess what? Head coach Dooley is back again. Yes, indeed. And not only that, but we got athletes out here that's getting NIL money. Well, excuse me, they're not getting all the money because they're chasing a bag, and the bag got a hole cut in the bottom of it. And guess what? They ain't even looking at the money falling out as they think they walking away with the bag. Yeah, guys, you know, the shenanigans. I'm going to call it the shenanigans, but the shenanigans is going on with this NIL money. And we're going to talk about that too. But you know what? We got head coach Fred McNair, Alcorn on the clock. What we gonna do? Yeah, let's go ahead and get into some of this thing. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and talk about this stuff right now because Coach done messed around long enough. I know y'all like, man, come on with this thing, Coach. What you got going on? Well, you know, we back at it once again with another show. We named this thing Blow the Whistle with Coach Walker because at first we had it 2 minutes with Coach Walker, and 2 minutes was too long because the last show got doggone was almost what? It was what, 30 minutes long? Yeah, that was a good show I gave y'all the last time. So I wanted to go ahead and put this thing on something that it actually would, you know, would roll with, however it is that we drop these shows out here. For everybody to get a little content and understand what's going on. But I got to tell you, I'm excited about what's going on and what we're going to talk about because there's a few things that, you know, really touch my spirit, especially being at this Celebration Bowl. I want to shout out a couple of folks that I had the opportunity to sit down and chop it up with just to get, you know, just to bounce some things off of it, just get understandings of how they move in this space as far as making sure that they provide out that content that everybody needs and wants to, you know, just grab a hold of and get an understanding of what's going on. And definitely Dr. Cavill and the OG Strike Zone, I salute you brothers for sitting down and letting me get a couple of minutes of your time just to get a feel and just understand exactly how you guys move and how things should be done. So I want to salute you as well. If you guys haven't tapped in, tuned in with them, make sure y'all get over there to them channels and check that out. My other partner, who I get a chance to sit down and talk to all the time, I got to give his brother I got to give him his props on this. Mr. Gerald Huggins, he and I, we sat in the booth together. We sitting there. We had a lot of different conversations going on while the game was happening. And he, you know, opened my eyes up to some things that I need to expand as far as with looking at certain things that's going on. So I want to salute him for that as well, man. I appreciate you as far as what all you're doing out there as well, because guess what? How you guys is putting that thing together for the draft, hey, that's not no easy task. And definitely, you know, it's going to be some great things that's coming down the pipe with them guys. So make sure you get over there and check him out as well. And I cannot forget my Morris Brown favorites. You know, the Morris Brown favorites out there, the Crush Sports Talk Show. If you have not checked those guys out, they are on Facebook as well as YouTube. So make sure you check them out. Emmanuel Glaze and Maceo Hurd, they're doing some phenomenal things. I've known those young men for a very long time, since my days over at Morris Brown College. I appreciate them so much. Glaze, thank you for the conversation as well. Sitting down, just giving me, you know, a couple of little tidbits here and there on how to move. You know, one thing for certain is this: you never know who's watching you when you're out here doing this thing that you're doing, because sometimes we think that the eyes are not on us, in which they actually are. So I salute you for that as well. But you know what? We're going to go ahead and get on in this thing. But wait. I can't forget about G. I saw G. Listen, I saw G at the SWAC championship. Excuse me, not SWAC championship, at the Celebration Bowl game. My apologies. I hate that he and I didn't get a chance to get a photo together. We was out there on the field with the players and whatnot after the game was over with. And you know what? I'm gonna say that conversation. G, we gotta talk. We gotta talk, G. We gotta talk. But yeah, like I said, all in all, I had a great time at the Celebration Bowl. I'm just, you know, I'm elated of having the opportunity to get out there and do that thing that I love to do, which is cover these sporting events and just come back and give you guys my insight as far as things that I saw that took place. But guys, we got a lot of different things we're gonna cover. But you know what? The 2023 football season has come to a close. And this is the first thing we're going to jump on right now because, you know, right now, the biggest thing that's popping off right now is the transfer portal as well as early signing day. So I believe early signing day is in the next couple of days. So you're going to have athletes that's going to start coming out there, signing their name on the dotted line, saying that they are committed to going to these different universities and colleges and whatnot to continue on their collegiate sports careers. And a lot of them that are already there and some that have jumped in this transfer portal, there's been some whispers out here that NIL money ain't really popping like everybody think it is. Some folks think that they're going to a particular college or university and they're going to get broke off real good. Somebody might tell you, hey, we're going to give you $300,000 to come. I'm just throwing a random number out there. So I know somebody will be like, hey, coach, who are you talking about? I'm not even getting into all of that, but I'm going to give you this. Folks throwing numbers out there. I mean, big numbers out there, 300,000, 500,000. And the athlete get to the university and they might get 20 or 25. So I'm just like, listen, guys. And when I saw this tweet that Plies put out, just really threw me through a ringer, because I said, wait a minute. If Plies if he's seeing this and hearing it, then, it has to have some validity to what's really going on. Because, the man don't really speak on too many things if it's not accurate. I mean, we all like to have fun and blow smoke to tell people, certain things is going on just to grab everybody's attention for them to really see what's happening. But listen, I'm going to read this tweet to you. He said, so we just finding out the bag isn't real in most cases with the NIL money. How you think the strippers / gold diggers must have felt all these years when they chasing the shiny objects is never what it seems. When you just chasing money, it comes with a lot of twists and turns. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of athletes out here are looking to go to universities or colleges or go to different programs where they think they're going to get this big NIL deal. Let me explain something to everybody right now. I want you to hear this, because parents, I want you to be honest with your athletes. Let them know they have to be marketable. So if you're out here with your hair all over the place and your pants hanging off your behind, I'm just going to say it nice and crisp like I would normally say it out there on the field. I ain't cutting no chase with this crap. If you're walking around out here with your pants hanging off your ass like you don't have no daggone sense, guess what? They're not going to want to be bothered with you unless you one of them dudes that's really out here putting up them type of stats with your eyes closed, where they ain't going to have no problem saying, you know what? Hey, Johnny's a good dude. We're going to bring him on over here. We're going to cut this check for him. But guess what? There's going to be some stipulations in place that you're going to need to follow if you want that money. They'll give you a little bit. You know how they say, let me wet my beak, or let me get a sample size. They're going to sample your behind until they can't sample you no more. And they'll sample your behind up on out of there where your bag is not what you think it is. But you know what? I found something really funny online. It's not funny. Excuse me. It's a beautiful thing, because I wanted to know who really getting the money out here. Who getting the monies? Who getting the monies? Who's getting that bag in this NIL thing? Well, guess what? There's a list of top 10 athletes. I'm going to share this with you. It came from Morningstar.com. The number one athlete right now in college sports that's getting that bag in the NIL deal is none other than Mr. Bronny James, USC basketball player, $5.9 million. Now, he's number one. Number two, you know who this guy is. Hey, he say he's legendary. He said, hey, y'all know what time it is. Yeah, none other than Shedeur Sanders. $4.8 million over at Colorado University. Now, this next individual, y'all gonna say, well, coach, okay, you done named off two you named off a basketball and a football athlete. There's no way in the world you gonna tell us that somebody else is making that kind of money and they ain't playing football or basketball? Mamas, let me tell you something. If you don't have your young lady in gymnastics, y'all might want to hurry up and invest in that sport real fast. You feel me? Check this out. Livy Dunn, $3.2 million. A LSU gymnast breaking the bank over there, boy. And not only that, but you know what? You got the first family of the NFL. You know, hey, you got that lineage out there. You know they're going to get that bag. They're going to get to it, too. None other than Mr. Arch Manning himself, $2.8 million, Texas Longhorn freshman quarterback. Now, who's rounding out the top five? Because I'm only going to give you five. You go ahead and check that article out over at Morningstar.com, in which they gave you the top 10 and gave you a little rundown exactly how they're getting their money. But the thing is, Caleb Williams, the USC quarterback, he's at $2.7 million right now. So I'm saying to you guys, if you don't have someone that's looking at those contracts that can understand the language that are in those contracts before you sign them, guess what? You're doing yourself a disservice, because, as I stated before, there's always a trick bag in the bottom where everybody don't know. That's why the money falling out the bag. You can't secure the bag if you don't have somebody making sure the bag you're securing is actually full with what you expect to be in it. You feel me? So if we're not doing that, then guess what? We're selling ourselves short, and we're going to come back and revisit this over and over again. And you're going to hear some more athletes out here start talking about, hey, man, I ain't getting my money. They said they're going to give me $10 million, and they only gave me $10. Guess what? That's your fault, because you didn't have somebody take a look at the daggone paperwork to make sure everything was on point. But, you know, Coach ain't gonna go ahead and keep diving in on this thing, letting everybody know what's going on. But we're gonna circle back on this later on in the week. I'm gonna give you guys another show. We try to do these shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I initially had the show done for Monday, but I said, you know what? Let me make sure I got all my I's and T's dotted and crossed before I drop this thing out here, because I don't want to give y'all, I don't want to shortchange y'all on none of this stuff. I want to make sure you got all the giblets. So when you sit down and say, man, Coach then went ahead and cooked up another hot pot again. Here we go. But guys, let me tell you something. Hey, whoa, hold on. I hear a band going on back here. FAMU, wait, whoa. Look, FAMU, I know y'all bragging right now. Hold on, FAMU, slow down. Slow down, FAMU. I hear the March 100 going right now. Look, listen, I'm about to bring FAMU up in a sec. I know y'all want me to speed this up. Slow down. I got a couple of more topics got to get to, and we're gonna go ahead and run that thing. FAMU, give me a second, FAMU. I got you. Hold on, here we go. Now, we're going to talk about a little basketball, though. Yes, sir. We're going to talk a little basketball. But, hey, basketball season is here. And the CP3 Classic went on this weekend. Man, Jackson State, men's basketball, hey, them young men got out there and showed up. Hey, it must be something going on with Coach Mo Williams and the Gold Shoes. The Gold Shoes must be working over there for Coach, because Coach had them young men out there balling. And I'm looking at how things are beginning to gel with those young men on the field as far as how they're playing together as a unit. And it's not, they're not playing separate. Not saying that they ever played separate before, but what I'm saying is that the timing and everybody has to get everything, together to understand exactly where they're going to be at on the floor and how they want to catch the ball when the ball is passed to them so they can spot up and shoot them threes. Do those type of things. Not only that, but everybody getting out there doing the dirty work as far as with clearing them daggone rebounds off the glass, making sure either A, you're putting it back up to get a score, or B, you keeping the other team from getting a score and you pushing that ball down the court to get a score for your team to continue to keep hitting that button on that scoreboard so you can watch that score continue to keep going up and up and up. But guys, Jackson State played Howard University. It's been a rough weekend for Howard University. Boy, Howard University got that business playing against Jackson State University, which that game actually was a slug match between the two of them. It came on late, I think it was late Saturday night, it came on, and they were out there going back and forth. Howard actually had a lead slightly in the game, and then Jackson State just fought back and continued to keep mashing the gas and getting that thing moving forward. I will be honest with you, looking at Jamie Mitchell, who got out there and went 4 for 5 shooting threes in the game. I mean, that young man was letting them bad boys fly, and they was just coming out the bottom of the net like swish. But you got to give those young men their prop, because they held down, not turning the ball over as much as they normally would in previous games. And not only that, but they got out there and they rebound that ball as well. In the game, Jackson State did have 5 athletes with double digits in the game. You had Jordan O'Neal leading the way with 19 points. Chase Adams had 15. Ken Evans had 13. And Cole Ty Young had 12 points. And you had Jamie Mitchell with 15. As I stated before, he was the guy that was out there sniping at that three-point line, dropping them bad boys for him to make sure everything, was, kept them moving and grooving in the game. But you had Howard University, they had 4 players in double figures as well, with Marcus Dockery, he had 20 points, Bryce Harris with 15, Isaiah Warfield had 12, and Shy Odom come up the rear with 10 points. Now, Jackson State, like I said, was able to secure the win, crashed the boards, and limited their turnovers. So salute to them on that first win. But the second win they had was against North Carolina A&T. And you know what? It's mighty quiet online talking about that game, because nobody's really saying anything about Jackson State beating North Carolina A&T. I'm trying to understand that, because North Carolina A&T, boy, they was talking big up in the stadium about them winning what's that? The best band in the land trophy. I mean, it was fired up in there, boy. You had folks in there looking like, wait a minute, how the heck they beat us? And our band was better than theirs. I'm like, I just got a whole big band conversation just sitting there watching this thing go back and forth. I'm like, ooh, they talking that stuff, boy. Like, it's getting a little dusty up in here, boy. Folks feeling some kind of way because they band ain't win. Y'all better understand, them bands put in work too. Them band members get down out there. Marching 100, I got you coming, dog. I got you coming. Hold on. Slow down. Slow. It's coming, March 100. Slow down. Slow down. Get Coach a second. But look, I say this: the last game that Jack State played again was against North Carolina A&T, in which they beat the Aggies 68-60. The Tigers' defense was pivotal in that game, in which they limited their takeaways. Excuse me, they limited the turnovers in the game, and not only that, but they was, I don't know what was going on, but the handles out there on that court was something serious because Jackson State was picking pockets, boy, like they was in a mall just going ahead lifting up everything that they could and get up out that bad boy. I mean, they was making sure that if a point guard was coming up the court or a point forward was trying to handle that ball coming up the court, they was getting that bad boy and going back the other way. They weren't playing no games with them out there on the court. Matter of fact, Jackson State had nine steals in the game, if I'm not mistaken. And not only that, but the turnovers. Again, Jackson State kept their turnovers to a minimum. They only had 14 in the game compared to, I believe, North Carolina A&T had 19. But North Carolina A&T in this game, they had two players that was in double digits. Cayman Shell, who had 26 points, and Landon Gasper had 16. Now, the Jackson State Tigers, they had three players in double digits once again. Leading the way was none other than Mr. Jordan O'Neal, who had 24 points in the game, and Kotai Young had 12. Evans had 10 points in the game to be the third player that was in double digits for the Jackson State Tigers basketball team. As I stated before, the steals that Jackson State was able to get off of the North Carolina A&T ball handlers allowed them the opportunity to create more points off those steals. So salute to Jackson State on those two wins in the CP3 Classic basketball game. Now, I know y'all like, Coach, you done gave us basketball. You done gave us daggone, you done talked about the NIL deal. You still ain't got to FAMU. Listen, get your popcorn, get your sodas, get whatever it is you need. Hey, if you need to get your special medicine to go ahead, sit down and get ready for all this, make sure y'all got that thing, because Coach will give you what you're asking for. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. But the next thing we're going to get into is none other than the news is out. The announcement has been made. He has been introduced. We have a new head coach. The news is out. The announcement has been made, and he has been introduced as the new head football coach of the Grambling State Tigers football game. Yes, it's a former Grambling State assistant coach, Mackie Joseph, is coming in to take over the reins as the new head football coach at Grambling State University. Now, yes, Coach Joseph was with the program back in, I believe, 2015 and 16 as the receivers coach as well as special teams. Now, from what I've been told, this Coach Joseph has a mind. He has an offensive mind as far as getting out there, making sure that the plays and everything is set up in a manner which they're looking to have that Grambling State offense run this upcoming season. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. From what I'm hearing, they're also going to run the spread this upcoming season. So we're going to see how that's going to work with quarterback Miles Crowley out there on the field, leading the charge with the Grambling State Tigers football team. Another thing, I'm hoping that I haven't seen any word yet as far as if Chalk has been picked up out of the transfer portal as yet. I'm hoping Coach Joseph as well as Coach Dooley, they reach out to that young man and let him know, hey, listen, they would love to have him back in the fold within the Grambling State Tigers football program. Yes, you heard me say Coach Dooley. Coach Dooley is back again. And guess what? Coach Dooley going to run the offense at Grambling State University. Yes, you heard me say it. You heard me say it. Coach Dooley's going to run the offense at Grambling State University. Now, I know y'all like, Coach, why in the world is this going down like that? Well, I'm going to tell you. Coach Dooley and Coach Joseph worked together when they, back when Coach Joseph was with the program previously. And I honestly feel that, and this is what I've been told as well, that the two of them together will come up with a scheme as far as what the Grambling State Tigers football team is going to do on the offensive side of the ball. So there's going to be a lot of conversations that's going to be had as far as how that's going to work for them to get situated with the get their offense rolling for this upcoming season. You know what? I'm sure Coach Joseph is going to make sure that Coach Dooley understands things are going to be done a particular way. So I know a lot of folks out there who's questioning, why is this happening? I think this might be a good move if Coach Joseph can come in there and make sure everything is put in place the manner which it needs to. Next question I'm waiting to see is who's going to be Coach Joseph's defensive coordinator, as well as the other pieces to the puzzle that he's going to put together with his coaching staff. So that's going to be a great thing to see as far as how all of this goes with the Grambling State Tigers football program. So congratulations to them. They finally got that out the way. But there's one coach in particular that we have not heard what's getting ready to happen with, and I am wondering what's going on with none other than Alcorn State University head football coach Fred McNair. As G like to say, in McNair he trusts. Now, I know there's a lot of folks out there saying, hey, they want to see some change. But I'm going to be honest with you. Are you sure you're ready for that change? Because a lot of times we want some things and we get those things that we ask for. They don't go quite how we expect them. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like, fellas, you out there saying, man, that young lady over there, boy, she fine, boy. She be all right with me. I want to go ahead and get with her. And then you get her and you complain about everything. Ladies, the same thing go for you. God dog, y'all get this man over here and he come on in here and he just give you all kind of blues and you just don't want to be bothered with it no more. And you ask yourself, why the heck did I go ahead and jump at that so soon? Because he just was so cute. But guess what? Y'all better hope something don't happen like this here with Alcorn State University. Fred McNair is definitely a treasure over there in that program. He's been that missing. He's been that bridge to keep everything together and moving in a manner which it needs to move. So I'm hoping however this goes, it goes the way it needs to, and everybody's able to find a way to move forward and do what needs to be done, which is best for the program itself. But if not, there's a coach out there that want to coach. If y'all want to bring him to Lorman, if by chance Coach McNair is gone to Texas Southern, like some of the reports are saying out there, if the reports is legit and he's actually gone, there is a coach that want to come coach. Y'all know who that man is. Call him up. Call him up. None other than Mr. Ed Reed himself. Call him up. Hey, get him on over there to the reservation and see what you can do with it. But you know what? I know. Hey, they tired of me talking about everything. Now let's brag. Hey, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna talk about the highest of 7 hills. We're gonna go ahead and brag. We're gonna talk about the Dark Cloud Defense. We're gonna get into this thing right now because I know y'all tired of me talking about coach. You didn't talk about everybody else. It's our time to shine. You ain't talked about the daggone Rattlers yet. What's your problem? Hey, forgive me. But I had to cover everything so we can get to where we're gonna get to right now. And right now, daggone, we're gonna talk about them FAMU Rattlers. Listen, FAMU Rattlers, this game, I'm gonna be honest with you. This game had me confused in the beginning. I've seen games in my time being on the sideline. I've been a part of some of these games, and I've watched a lot of these games happen in the manner in which this Celebration Bowl game happened. And I'm just trying to figure out like what we got going on here. I'm like, what was the situation too big? And what I mean by that is because sometimes we've seen, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit more. I'm just going to touch it, then I'm going to save it to talk about this later. But it seems like this moment, you know, when you get those championship moments, and I kind of think I have an answer to my question, but I think when you get to hit those championship moments, sometimes those moments become a lot bigger than what everybody anticipate them on being, and they get caught up in everything that's going on and just don't take a deep breath. Say, okay, let's back off. Now let's calm it down a little bit. Let's go ahead and get back to the matter at hand. And looking at FAMU spot Howard University 14 points out the gate, in which I'm going to be honest with you, Howard University, y'all left some points on the field in the beginning. There's no way in the world you score after you score going down the field because you had the opening kickoff, I think it was 63 yards on the opening kickoff return. You score off of that. You come back, you get the ball, you score again. Now FAMU gets on the board. You have an opportunity to score once again, and you're on your 30-yard line, and it's 4th and 12. and you cannot move the ball. This is after you got the safety. You're up 16-7. You're moving the ball. You get stuck on their 30-yard line, and you can't kick the field goal. You can't. There's not a play to move the ball between first, second, and third down to get the first down. So instead, you go for it on fourth down, and guess what? We got all kind of craziness going on after that. But I say all of that to say, Eden James was out there. I mean, he was giving them folks. He was giving folks that work in the beginning, and I didn't understand how it went away from that. I mean, there wasn't any, when I was looking for them to do, run some type of play that would catch that defensive front off guard. I mean, it was like we get up on the center, and you got FAMU on. I mean, they're in your chest immediately. No RPO, no nothing. I mean, it just, like I said, it kind of just drove me nuts trying to figure out exactly what's going on. And I understand, like I said, sometimes the moment get a little too big or get too much for some where they don't understand exactly what's going on, and that's fine. But the questions are going to be asked because people are wanting to know, hey, what exactly went down in this point in time? Why did it happen this way? And like I said, this is no shade or anything at Coach Scott and the Howard University football team. Is not at all, because I'm going to be honest with you, FAMU did everything that they could to give you the championship. The only problem was you guys, as I stated early in this show, y'all didn't secure it. Y'all didn't secure the bag. Nobody wanted to secure the bag. FAMU finally understood, you know what? Let's go into the half. We're going to come back out here. We're going to switch some things up. We're going to make it happen. There's no way in the world you get 3 turnovers. The turnovers were pretty much even. FAMU fumbled twice. They recovered one, and Howard recovered the other one. FAMU, Jeremy Musa throws a pick 6. Not only that, he threw another interception. So I'm trying to get an understanding like what's going on. Yes, Quentin Williams threw 3 interceptions on the day. I mean, in the first half, Howard University's defense was playing lights out. Lights out. And when it came to the second half, it was just like they was on the field too long because the offense was not able to find a way to continue to keep moving that ball up and down the field. And that was a problem. But I would say this is the Celebration Bowl champs, because Shotgun Willie Simmons, the head coach of the FAMU Rattlers 2023 Celebration Bowl champions, decided he was going to gamble on his team. He gambled on them, in which they were able to get out there. They won this game with 3 daggone plays. Three costly plays hurt Howard in this game. Now, like I said, as hard as Howard University defense played on that field, they got beat by FAMU on 3 plays. You had Kevin Dean scores a touchdown on a wheel route out the backfield from Musa. I mean, as you're going to hear me say this again, butt naked, wheel route, 6 points. Then you have FAMU, number 10, Jamari Sherrod. He scores a touchdown pass on a flea flicker, butt naked, touchdown. And then you had Terrell Jennings, who scored a touchdown, a rushing touchdown, in which you had Kamari Young, caught that touchdown pass. I believe ran a seam route in which Musa fit that bad boy through the window. The big fella caught that bad boy in the middle of the field. They go ahead, drive in, touchdown. Now, like I said, FAMU honestly did everything that they possibly could in the beginning of the game to get this thing back to Howard University. The only problem was Howard University couldn't make no plays. Like I stated, special teams was going to be key. You kick the ball to Melvin Riley, guess what's going to happen? You're going to allow them to have good field position because that young man is the fastest man, I want to say, probably in Florida. And there was no way in the world nobody's going to catch that man unless they caught him on the angle. Matter of fact, if Howard had won that game, the MVP should have went to the kicker because he was the only one out there able to tackle that man. That's crazy. That is crazy. But you know what? As I stated before, you have to go out there and play the game. And in this instance, Howard came out there, played one hand and stinging a lot of these young men. And you know what? Listening to what they had to say in the post-game conference, they're already setting their sights on making a run back for it again. So if by chance they get back and see FAMU in the Celebration Bowl again, that's going to be an interesting one to see. But you know what? FAMU starting out next season in the A. And y'all remember what they said. Well, not what they said, but what none other than Mr. Felix Triggerman Harper had to say, starting the A, finishing the A. So we're going to see exactly what the champs going to do. But y'all give it up for the 2023 Celebration Bowl champions, none other than them FAMU Rattlers. They put it out there on the line. They did what they need to do. Salute to you guys. Wish you nothing but the best. And here's a couple of clips from a couple of athletes who got something to say as far as what they're looking to do this upcoming season. Because, hey, they talking some smack.
Talk to him, man.
Hey, man. It's what we do, man. We've been battling all year, but we don't stop fighting, man. Rattlers on top, bro. Let's go. Celebrate the champions.
Yes, sir. Congratulations. What you got, dog? What you got? Talk to him.
Who's swacking if we ain't swag, man? We've been done twice before. I'm just letting them know who's swacking if we ain't swag.
Indeed.
Hey, we'll see y'all in exactly 1 year. Do this shit all over again. The work start tomorrow.
The work start
tomorrow. Hey, talk about it. Take it, man. Hey,
What you say, big dog?
number one, HBCU in the country, you hear me? Right, yeah, Jack. Not just sweat, we very well. When you speak about HBCU,
These jokers, they gonna leave it on the line, let everybody know they ain't playing no games with. Coach gonna go ahead and get up on out this thing. Until next time, be the one and lead.